Hi, I'm Kerri. I'm a librarian here at the Livingston Public Library, and for this very hot day that we're having today, I'm going to talk about some hot new releases that are coming out in July. The first book that we have comes out on July 7th is Country People by Daniel Mason. Daniel Mason also wrote North Woods, which came out in 2023 and was one of my favorite books for that year. And now with his new book, Country People, we have another almost folklore tale with a character named Miles Kryzalewski. He's a Russian folklorist and sets off an adventure through the Vermont woods and encounters quirky characters, magical characters, and it gave me some Big Fish vibes, which I love Big Fish, so I look forward to reading this one. So next we have Helpless, which is also coming out July 7th. This is by Jessica Knoll. Helpless stars Faye Herron. She's starting a whole new life after a breakup, but encounters an ex-college boyfriend at a professor's funeral. She's a little worried about meeting him, but after a couple drinks, things seem to be going well, but he drugs her and then kidnaps her. It's described as a satisfying and sexy thriller, and it's perfect for summer vacation. I just finished listening to Happy Wife by writing duo Meredith, Lavender, and Kendall Shores. They have a new book out called Perfect Life. Perfect Life picks up with the same characters from Happy Wife, Nora, Estee, and Beau. This time, the lead character is Estee, and once again, a murder happens in Winter Park, Florida, and Estee begins to question her husband, and somehow he's involved with it. I really enjoyed Happy Wife. It's a great audiobook. I couldn't stop listening to it, and I probably spent too much money on gas because I couldn't wait for it to get to the end. It really held me on the hook. I do suggest that you read Happy Wife before you read Perfect Life, though. So sometimes summer is set for quick reads, and sometimes you want to try different genres and challenge yourself because you have more time. So there's an author that blew up last year, Jacqueline Harpman. She wrote I Who Have Never Known Men. Her books have been republished posthumously. She passed away in 2012. Her book, I Have Never Known Men, had lots of holds on it last summer. So this July, her a set of 3 novellas, We Were Forbidden, is getting re-released with a new translation. It's 3 novellas. One is a woman who survived this future war, and her and the other survivors are forbidden from wandering, and they have to continuously march. The next one is a rigid French school. A teenage girl is getting a little bit in trouble for questioning and asking questions, so you don't want to do that apparently in this novel. And then there also features a loveless marriage, and a woman is trying to discover herself and her own passions. So if you want to try a classic, I would suggest this, because even if you just finish one of the stories, you finished one story. The week of July 14th, we have the author of Mexican Gothic, Silvia Moreno-Garcia, has a new book out called Intrigue. Intrigue features a romance con artist who's set to get the most money he can and stop being a con man. So he finally gets his next victim, only to discover there's some very dark secrets with this victim, and he might be in for more than he asked for. And one that many Livingston residents have been asking for is Daniel Silva's new book, Ransom. An art restorer and legendary spy Gabriel Allen is searching for the missing wife of British billionaire in the electrifying new tale of greed, corruption, and betrayal. So this one should be popular here for sure. All right, now we're on to the week of July 21st, and this is a name that many people recognize, and that's Colson Whitehead. Colson Whitehead is finishing his Harlem trilogy this year with Cool Machine, and we're in the 1980s with Ray Carney again. And he thought he was finished with his life of crime, but it looks like when his wife can't get a loan to open up her own business, he has to hit up again and try to get some more money. And what continues is crime, violence, and more risk-taking for Ray. But he's just trying to protect his family. So if you haven't read the first 2 books in this series, you should start with Harlem Shuffle and then Crook Manifesto. Another favorite for mystery fans is Alexander McCall Smith, The Subtle Pleasures of Indiscretion. Everyone's favorite moral philosopher and amateur sleuth, Isabel Dalhousie, takes on a new set of delicate disputes. And the last week, the week of July 28th, this one looks like it's going to be really good for our historical fiction readers. Meet Me in Paris by Kristin Harmel. Over a few breathtaking spring days, an unforgettable group of Americans in Paris must find their way to their own versions of happily ever after in the City of Light. It's described as Love Actually meets The Notebook. So I hope you found a few titles to add to your summer reading list. And don't forget, summer reading has started for adult readers. Please stop by the Patron Services desk to get started.